Welcome back. Time right now for a Schein 9 with my bold predictions for the upcoming NFL season. Go big or go home. Number 9, Derwin James of the LA Chargers is your defensive player of the year. Look, we talked about it earlier in the week. Of course, Aaron Donald is the favorite. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in the sport. So in theory, this is bold because Derwin James is not even the best defensive ball player in Los Angeles. Heck, you could argue that he's not even the best defensive ball player on his own team with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. But I think you forget that this cat is a Swiss Army knife. He's the best safety in the NFL. He changes everything. And when he was injured and couldn't play the bulk of the season last year, that changed everything. Took the wind out of the proverbial sails for the Chargers. Derwin James is elite. Derwin James is going to be dominant, take the ball away, make big-time tackles, and I think he's going to lead the LA Chargers back to the playoffs this season as the defensive player of the year in the NFL. Number 8, Matthew Stafford leads the league in passing yards. Look, I think the Lions are going to trail in a lot of games. I also think that the Lions are going to be a prolific offensive team. Matthew Stafford is back. His back is healthy. Second year now in Darrell Bevell's offense, so he's familiar with the playbook, familiar with how Bevell likes to call a game. I think Stafford is just a phenomenal quarterback, unreal arm, puts up the numbers, and these receivers are fantastic. Seriously, Galladay, Jones, they highlight a tremendous receiver room. They drafted DeAndre Swift, who I think is going to be amazing for Stafford. T.J. Hawkinson, I still believe in him, the first-round pick from last year at the tight end position. Matthew Stafford will lead the league in passing yards. Number 7, Juju Smith-Schuster becomes dominant. Lost in the shuffle of everything. Mason Rudolph, Ben getting hurt, Duck struggling with the forward pass, the bad running attack, Pittsburgh missing the playoffs. There was a lot. Juju had a bad year. Juju Smith-Schuster was inconsistent. He was injured, and really did not in any way, shape, or form replace Antonio Brown as the number 1 receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Juju has that ability to be entrenched as a 110, 120 catch guy, well over 1,000 receiving yards, double-digit touchdowns. Did I mention he's in a contract year? He's got future Miami Dolphin written all over him for 2021. Juju's going to dominate. Number 6, Patty Mahomes throws 51 touchdowns. That feels bold, right? 51's a big number. He's thrown for 50. I think he can do even better than what he did in his MVP season in 2018. You think about Clyde Edwards-Helaire at the running back position. He makes this offense even more complete, and I think Patty's going to love throwing to him out of the backfield. Plus, obviously, Hill and Hardman and Watkins and Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's a top 2 tight end when you take a look at the National Football League. And obviously, Tyreek Hill is fantastic. But you also have to consider this. Patty Mahomes only been a starter in the NFL for 2 years. You feel like he's already carved out a Hall of Fame career. 2 years as a starter, league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl championship. He's only getting better. And Andy Reid is a gem, and Eric Bieniemy is a gem. 51 touchdowns for our guy, Patty Mahomes. Number 5, Seattle misses the playoffs. Now, I like to say often on Time to Shine, Seattle is Seattle. What does that mean? That means, Seattle, always going to be in the conversation. You have Russ, you have Pete Carroll, you have Bobby Wagner. They're never going to be terrible. They're always going to be about a 9-win team. Here's the deal, though. I think that the Niners are the best roster in the NFC, in the same division. I have Arizona as a surprise playoff team. I think Arizona is absolutely loaded. And we've talked about that as my Cinderella team. I think that the Saints and the Bucs both making the playoffs, and both those teams are better. I think that the Cowboys are making the playoffs. I think the Eagles are making the playoffs. So someone's got to be on the outside looking in. Obviously, the NFC North is going to get a division winner, and I think that'll be Green Bay, even though they're not trying to win. Seattle still has question marks, running back position, offensive line. Defense is good. It's not great. Seattle misses the postseason. Number 4, Coach of the Year Mike McCarthy leads the Cowboys to the 1 seed. That's right. Now, I'm not saying Super Bowl yet. I still think Tampa Bay is the favorite for the Super Bowl, and San Francisco would be number 2. But when you look at the Cowboys, McCarthy's phenomenal. Excellent coach. He's won a championship before. He's going to maximize Dak and Zeke and Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. That defense will get to the quarterback. I'm a little worried about the defensive backfield, but that offense, sizzling. I think it's going to be a top 3 offense in the league under McCarthy, and they're going to accumulate wins. They'll sweep the Giants and the Redskins. I think the schedule is favorable. 12-13 wins for America's team. That's going to be fun this season. Number 3, Sam Darnold becomes a star. Look, this is bold because the Jets don't have a wide receiver core. They have a witness protection program. I mean, look at the screen. This is 32 out of 32, dead last in terms of receiver rooms in the entire league. But I do like how Joe Douglas beefed up the offensive line. And you know I loved all those quarterbacks in the 2018 quarterback class. I thought Sam Darnold was the best by a hair over the rest of the bunch. Now, obviously, Lamar Jackson has been the best, and Josh Allen has been better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, to me, he has it. He has the arm, the accuracy, the moxie. Don't get it twisted with his first head coach getting fired. His first offensive coordinator lost his job. Will never be an offensive coordinator again in the NFL. The general manager last year got fired. Sam got mono, only the Jets, right before the season started. I still think Sam Darnold will be entrenched, be a star. You saw glimpses when he got his strength and his health back last year. Sam Darnold, 2020 star. Number 2, Josh Jacobs leads the NFL in rushing yards. I think Josh Jacobs is going to have a monster season. Now, there are bigger names, sexier names, obviously, with Derrick Henry and who we talked about earlier in the show, and Saquon Barkley, and my guy Christian McCaffrey, and Alvin Kamara, and Zeke, among others. But I think Josh Jacobs, 1,150 yards as a rookie last year. Remember, he got injured, didn't play a final few games. You know, I think that Carr throwing deep to Ruggs will loosen things up where he can't stack the box. Jacobs is everything. He's big, he's physical, he's speedy, he's got a great attitude. Raiders' offensive line is mammoth. Josh Jacobs wins the rushing title. And number 1, the New England Patriots get a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. And honestly, when we get closer to the Wednesday after Labor Day when we put our picks in stone, I might even say top 3. I think the Patriots are going to be dreadful this year. And you know that I've been saying that consistently here on Time to Shine. You know, Jarrett Stidham is Jarrett Stidham. Tom Brady, not only the GOAT, he was the ultimate deodorant. He was able to cover up what stinks. Running back position, not great. Offensive line, not great. Wide receivers, not great. Defense lost Jamie Collins. Defense lost Kyle Van Noy. You know, I give him 5 wins because Bill Belichick is the greatest coach in the history of sports. The New England Patriots will be one of the worst teams, one of the 5 worst teams in the NFL this season.